And hello there friends, Hedgehog here and welcome back for more Prison Architect. Now in the last episode we got our cotton plantation up and running, which means we now get to get our prisoners and actually work there. Let's start with setting that up. We need to do some cleaning up here so we have less costs as well, because there's a lot of programs running which we don't need anymore. But let's first start with plantation. There we go, we have 27 of them interested, which is not going to work because quite a few of those will be in the medium and or maximum security wing, and they don't have access to it yet. We do have the prisoner checkpoint here, so let's get here in rooms our beautiful special section assigned, so we can assign a guard here, which would make it a little bit easier for them to be searched. And then also let's go into logistics. Let's get 8 of them to work there once they have passed that course, that they can actually do some work. Okay, now we can assign a guard right there, and let's have one in here as well, we never know. Okay, now let's get the flooring and let's give them some concrete tiles around to walk on. There, and we might actually have a look that we get the fence changed to a tiled fence, just to make it look matching. And we want to have it looking a little bit fancy. Now, this area here is going to be 2 things. First of all, shop. Second of all, jeans factory. That's where the money is going to be coming in. So let's go to foundation. Now we want this medium security. Let's make sure that we are in the medium security area. And then we are going to block. But let's block it from there. And then of course we need an entrance in there. So we put a door, one right there. And let's add another door right there. Okay, now they should be on the way shortly to get that done. Now keep in mind we do have our workmen fairly busy because they're still working on here as well. And what we also needed to do here is we needed to get the padded walls up. And now of course we thought that we had the padded walls all done. Turns out when we did quick build, we forgot to select the padded walls. So even though they're padded cells, the walls are white but not padded yet. At least that's how I like to think of it. It's because it's modded content, so it doesn't recognize it being the same type of wall. There, we got all that done. Look at that. Now I have some nice rock music on the background. Enjoying that. Not part of the game, but we said we couldn't make the game more fun. Okay, now we have a few bits here. 2, and the last one. There we go. Now they're going to be fairly busy. Let's open this up. And I probably made that mistake elsewhere. Yeah, here too. This bit of wall can go. That one can go. There we go. That one is open. So we can actually use the solitary cells. I don't know whether we put them in solitary at the moment. Oh, probably back here. That is why this is so full. And here we have plenty of space. So why are they still using that? Let's get deployment. Yeah, deployment. Okay, so this is for the insane only. And there. Let's get them out of that area. Let's start utilizing only the compartments where they're supposed to be. Now, let's turn this into access only areas so they can stop wandering around where they're not supposed to be. These two sides, for example. And all this, I mean, there's no need for them to be there. As in, at all. Now, still haven't figured out why the exports is not working properly. I like to think that it is just because of the workman queue being full. How many janitors do we have actually? 34. So one of them died. Because I'm pretty sure I always hire round numbers, which means also one of the guards unfortunately passed away. Talking about the guards, let us actually be smart. Deployment. Let's get an armed guard into the parole areas. Because I'm pretty sure we're going to get some problems from prisoners, especially here the max sec. Who will not be released. And that one we have. And then let's also get an armed guard, one in there and one in there. Okay, so that is 2, 4, 6 armed guards busy there. I do think that we actually might need to expand our armed guards business, or we might need to set up complete new scheduling for the guards. But that is admin work, and we don't like admin, do we? No, exactly, me neither. Flooring. Yeah, we had some beautiful orange tiles which were supposed to be there, as well as there. Now, how we're looking here at the blue tiling. Almost completed. We all looking good there. Lay comfy carpet down, perfect for staff areas. Yeah, well, how about not yet? We're not really ready yet to look into staff areas. Now, how are we looking here? The plantation seems to work. Perfect. Now, let's get harvesting at 9 in the morning. Why? Because then, by the time this is ready, which is going to take quite some time, then at least the inmates, whenever they're ready to start working here, they get the cotton as well for that day. all going nice according to plan. Now, this, of course, there's no canteens available. No, I know. The canteen is going to be here. I know that it's going to be there because I can fit another 1-2 blocks exactly until here, and then I have that for a staff area. Which is going to be the way I'm going to want to have it. It's not yet the way it's going to be. Why? Because we're still busy. With what exactly, I don't always know either. Now, let's do the selling of some objects again. There we go, because we have a lot of wood. And that's nicely bumping up our... let's dismantle that as well, because we don't really need it anymore. The dogs is all cute, but they're kind of pointless. Or I just don't know how to use them from that utility booth. But that's okay. So they're using the saws. Is it maybe that they can't get to them? Maybe if I move the saws that they will then use it. Look at that, so now they have fitted it. See, and then they take, oh my, so that is the issue. But look at that, so at least I got that fixed. Which is perfect, because that would straight away also, I still don't understand why that is here. Now, yes, they're taking that, which is good, because that means that goes to export, and that's where the money comes in. Did I just fix the issue we had? That would be really cool. Well, at least it goes to export, which also means that I get 1, 2, 3, 4,500, 4,000, 3,000 something, 3,740. Look at that. That is good, because that would really mean that that part is fixed. Now let's see if they pick up the rest of it as well. They're picking up all the garbage all the time. Now I have an army of workmen coming down again. They're making wood stacks. No, they're taking the logs back in there. I'm not too sure yet how this is supposed to work. Anybody knows the answer to that? Let me know in the comments below. I'd be more than happy to know how to fix that, or maybe it's just that there's too much going on and the pathfinders, etc. just can't handle it anymore. I mean, let's be honest, we have quite a few people running around and a lot of calculations to be done. Okay, now how are we looking here? Yeah, let's get a little bit of speed on that. And I think I'm going to close it for intake at the moment. Let's slowly reduce the number of inmates we have. And then let's see that we first finish off building everything. And then whenever we do either need the money or whenever we're ready, we can take in some new ones. Okay, now let's have a look at grants. Chinooks I'm not going to do. Garden not yet. Cemetery. Morgue. Yeah. Well, we'll do the morgue and the cemetery part later. Cotton plantation. That. Ding-a-ding-a-ding. Ready. Cotton production. Have 2 prisoners pass the plantation reform program. Signed 2 to work. Produce 2,500 raw cotton. Now, that is something is in progress. Jeans factory. Visitors tables. Common room. Pool table. 2 TVs. 5 phone booths. I think we have that one too. Yep, look at that. 20 school desks that we easily have. But we don't have one passing the general education yet. Let's have a look at the programs if we actually have that. Yes, we do. This one's ongoing. Where's this one? Success chances, none. It did pass the foundation though. Okay, so now this should be at 9 a.m. Ready to harvest, yes. So, oh, he's teaching something. And why is it not all open? It's supposed to be all open now. There's no electricity on there. Okay, see, that's where we luckily enough find out the small flaws. Let's get that linked to that. Yep, so we have the electricity there. Yeah, that's the problem, because he didn't have electricity, everything else was closed. That's okay, so at least now we have a backup loop in place as well. Now, that is one. Actually, he has a chance to pass it. He's not going to, but he might. But that's basically a little bit my fault because the doors were still stuck. Actually, he passed. Well done. Okay, so now at least we have one who can work there. And he is. Look at that. So that is one. Now I need just one more. And then we also have that part taken care of. Common rooms we still need to build for each one of them. But I'm waiting for this to come through. Now, visitation seems to be fairly okay. We have a lot of guards and armed guards stationed around. Just in case. It's better to be safe than to be sorry. No, they're again not picking them up. Yeah, let's get an army of security guards in there. Maybe if they move it, that the workmen decide, okay, let's pick them up. Well, they picked up some of them. Which is good enough for me. I mean, at least if they pick them up every once in a while. Look at that, our bank balance. That is $100,000 right there. And that is hopefully because the exports part is now working. But that also means that we can do this. Now, I'll do that at the end of the episode. We're going to be purchasing this piece of land so we can basically split it into Supermax and death row. And let's get a couple of death row candidates as well. And we should also No, I don't have that yet. I'll look into that because there is a letter we can deliver to them. It's one of the mods. I'll find out and I'll pop it into the mods file when I start using it. That is the delivery of the death row letter. Basically, that means that our inmates receive a letter while they're in Max or in Supermax that they have been upgraded to death row. Well, I mean, it is whatever you consider an upgrade, but death row, and then, well, they can go through the entire death row appeal process and yada yada. And eventually we get to take care of the issue. Let's put it that way. Okay, so this is now ready. That is good, because then we can put a wall in between. Actually, let's first take the shop part. That is a shop shelf. That and that. Shop front. There we go. Right there, that would work. And then we just put a wall. And that's of course going to be a medtech wall, and we'll put that down there. Now that is all the space that I need for shop, I have decided. Let's see if the game agrees with me. Shop, yeah. There. So once they finish building that, at least the ladies can stop complaining about the luxuries, but they have a shop to go to. And then next we wanted here was a jeans factory, and of course I forgot to research that. There we go. There, and now it is ready. And now we need to have a look. What do we need in here? We search for jeans. Now, let's start off with the textile mill. 1 and 2. Sewing stations. 1, 2, and 3. And the jeans factory tables. There we go. Now, that looks like a fairly decent jeans factory to me. Did we not put a little bit of wool in there? Yes, we did. Okay. And then we can also get them to slowly work on making us jeans, which is just going to boost our income even more. So we just need to do random searches there. Talking about random searches, I feel it is time. I feel it is time. Are we ready? Or are we going to do that at the end, just before we purchase the expansion? Looks like I need a few more dogs. Oh, but I only have 5. How do they expect to be able to run with only 5? There we go. Now we're talking. Let's see if they behave now. With 20 dogs there, most likely. And actually what we might... Let's go for patrols. Blue patrol. Yeah. There, and then a little bit through here as well. Okay. Assign dog handlers. 1, 2, 3. Actually, I think that one is much more fun. Than having just the dog handlers there. Let's get them to patrol with the dogs. So our good friends down here in nice and dark orange, light red, whatever we want to call it, get sniffed down by the dogs as well. And let's yeah, at least they're being searched. That is 2. I mean, quite a few weapons are being found every time that they go out, so. Okay, now let's have a look at logistics. There's 2 people who can work there. There's 7 that can work there, but first they need to pass manufacturer safety induction. Who needs to do that? Led by Taylor. Oh. Staff. Taylor. Taylor Swift, where are you? There. There we go. Now we have a Taylor. Now, reschedule the girls. That we can get rid of as well. Tree chopping. It's a work or lockup time, so I don't understand why he was in lockup. Those 2 are working. It's better to have them in work in free time, so at least they get to go to the shop as well. Goodbye. Look at that. So they, yes, very good. So they now spent their well and hard-earned money. They basically spend the money they earn from us to us. That's the way we like it. Now, let's create a little island. Well, not really an island, but well, we need to create a common space for them once we are done with all this. A nice common space where they can maybe get a chapel or so. Just to get them around. Now, how are we looking here? We have 2 of them assigned. 2,500 raw cotton need to be produced. Still don't know what the lightning strikes does. All I know is that it doesn't go that fast. Not as fast as I would want to. So we might need a bigger cotton plantation. we still need to get one prisoner to pass general education. But, my dear inmates, it is time. For time has come. Yeah, that's it for me for this episode. This is looking pretty good and decent, so before we go, let's do a quick clone of this, and it fits there exactly. Then now we also know that that is going to be our canteen, and then we have a little bit of space for the kitchen. It doesn't need much, and then we have a 10, 20, 30 criminally insane that we can fix in here. Once that is all running, then we can have a look at what we're going to do here. But as I promised, cotton plantation is up, jeans factory is up, we've got the shop set up for them, which means next episode it is coffin and grave digging time for our maximum security prisoners. Criminally insane wing is well in progress. All the flooring and walling looks okay. We're now adding the last 10 cells, and then we can do the canteen. But $83,000, let's spend 80,000 of those. I assure you wish to buy this plot of land for 80,000. I am. And now this takes a little bit of time because it is saving and reloading and adding. There we go. That's it from my side. On your way out, please do remember to hit that like and subscribe button. And as always, any comments, feedback is more than welcome. Any likes to the video. Thank you very much for showing that you like it and allowing me to play even more until we're completely done with the maximum security, the death row, the criminally insane, and everything we need to get all of it done here inside this prison. And then I see you next time for more Prison Architect.